Hi guys, my name is Megan and today I've got some floral book recommendations for you. Alright, so this is the next installment of my colorful covers book recommendation video series. If you guys want to watch some of the other episodes, I will link those up in the corner. So today we are talking about books with a floral book cover. Let's dive into the recommendations. The first book on today's recommendations is going to be The Price Guide to the Occult. I loved this book so much. It's very it's got like Sabrina vibes to it. It's kind of a small town and it's got that like creepy quality to it, and there's witches and stuff. This book follows Nora Blackburn, and she is one of the Blackburn daughters, and all of Blackburn daughters have these cool, weird, quirky powers that they come into when they hit like their 18th birthday or so. And Nora just wants to live a completely unremarkable life. She doesn't want to deal with her powers. She doesn't want to deal with anything magical. She works at a little like occultist bookstore, and one day this little book comes out, The Price Guide to the Occult, and weird shit starts happening. All of the little island flora and fauna just start freaking out, and people start, having these weird burn tattoos show up all over them, and it just gets really creepy and dark, and it's just such a good book. So the next book in this recommendation is going to be Wild Beauty. So this is kind of a magical realism, beautifully written kind of a story. So this follows this family, the Nomalavides, I have no idea how to pronounce this, I'm so sorry, the Nomalavides women, and they tend the grounds of this beautiful estate, and they have this like really tragic legacy. Like when they love too hard or when they love too deeply, their lovers tend to vanish into thin air, and nothing has ever gone quite according to plan for this family. One day a boy just shows up out of nowhere, and the family takes him in as one of their lost sons, and he's kind of seen as this omen of like something's gonna happen, and they're trying to figure out why he's there and who he is, and it's just such a beautiful story. It's so interesting too. So the next book on this recommendation is going to be Sorcerer of Thorns. This book was really fun. I know this is the Owl Crate edition, so the Owl Crate edition kind of covered up some of the floral elements, but you can still see them on the back of this. So this is one of my favorite books that I read last year. This one follows Elizabeth, and she is a librarian, and the libraries in this realm are full of like sorcerer grimoires, and these books come to life and like try to eat people sometimes. So being a librarian is a little bit dangerous, it's a little bit magical, it's super fun. And then one day there's a break-in at her library, and somebody is stealing grimoires and setting them loose on the world, and Elizabeth gets blamed for that. And the only person who believes she's innocent, or somewhat innocent, is Nathaniel Thorne, who is a sorcerer, and together they just kind of go off on this adventure to stop all of the crazy from happening. And I loved this book. If you're a book lover, this is like a book for you, because librarians in this are completely badass. Also, talking books. The next book in this recommendation is going to be The Kilted Wolves. I love this cover so much. So if you're a fan of like Six of Crows or like heist novels, this is definitely one to give a shot. So this one follows Severin and his little gang of misfits. Severin owns a hotel in Paris in 1889, and there's like the World's Fair going on, and there's magic and all sorts of really cool fun stuff is going on. Like somebody is stealing all these magical artifacts, and Severin kind of wants to steal them back for himself. So this is a really fun like historical fantasy heist novel. And then the last book in today's recommendation is going to be The Language of Thorns. So this one is also a recommendation based off of Six of Crows. This book is kind of the story of fairy tales that would have been told all of the characters from Six of Crows and the Grishaverse books, and it's just a really fun, interesting take on like classic fairy tales that get turned on their head and are just a little bit darker, and it also has some really great full color illustrations. This book is just really beautiful, and it's such a fun, interesting take on fairy tales. So, alright, so those are all of the books with floral covers for today's recommendation. Do you guys have a book with a floral cover that you would recommend? Let me know down below. If you guys like this video, don't forget to hit the like button. If you haven't already, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. You can also hit the notification button. And if you'd like to follow me on social media for more bookish content and bookish stuff, check out the links down below. Alrighty, bye guys!